Transcending podcast happening now.
Yay!
Name yourself.
Woo!
I'm Lincoln.
I'm York.
I'm Arson.
I'm Ozzy.
No,
Why? That's
Oz.
Ooh, we
disgusting.
got more casual upgrade.
Oswald is too formal for me. I need to go
Okay.
Ozzy.
So what are we talking about today?
Grand Budapest should
Grand
have won.
Budapest.
Well, okay,
is the
so
best
Oscars in general is what we're
movie.
gonna go with.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
going
All right.
with Oscar.
So basically, Grand Budapest, Birdman, and Boyhood.
Yes.
Boyhood didn't win that.
Oh,
much.
and Whiplash.
No,
Boyhood
yeah,
won
Whiplash.
one thing,
Featuring Whiplash.
and it was the one it
And it was-
deserved at least for.
Wait, what did
Yeah.
it win? I didn't watch.
Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, it should have won cinematography.
I would have been fine with it winning cinematography.
Really, I would have been.
Or
who,
even-
who did win cinematography?
Birdman.
Budapest.
Well,
No,
Budapest.
Birdman.
I think
Birdman did.
Oh, wait, never
Budapest
mind.
should have won.
Oh, okay,
I do
no.
remember Budapest
Bur-
won a bunch of its little awards, which I
Actually-
was happy with.
Actually, scratch that. Cinematography for Birdman with the whole one take thing is pretty deserving. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all an illusion.
yeah, but it's a
No,
very-
but
that's
they-
the thing. It's such a well done illusion.
But
that-
they also had to do like 15-minute takes, which is still
Yeah.
impressive,
It's
Yeah.
still
even if
really
it's
good.
not the entire movie.
How about that Eddie Redmayne?
I'm
I
not
heard-
surprised.
I heard he deserved it. I haven't seen it
Okay,
yet, but
Eddie Redmayne, Julianne Moore. I mean, you should have been surprised. You shouldn't have been surprised that they would win. J.K. Simmons. They won almost every other award.
Exactly,
So it's not a surprise
exactly.
they won Oscars.
I'll
And
never
plus-
be able to unsee Malleus, though.
And plus, they're also
Who?
Marius.
oh, Marius.
they're
Yeah.
also kind of old white people, which appeals to the Academy. So I mean, what
Eddie Redmayne's not old.
Julianne Moore is
Yeah, Julianne Moore
right, but
deserves some
Eddie
sort
Redmayne
of
looks
recognition
like-
for being
looks
awesome
like
in general.
grandson.
Has anybody heard Glory, that song that
Oh,
keeps...
from
Well, yeah, I heard it performed at the Oscars.
I mean, I heard it when I went to go see the movie, but, like, I haven't heard it since. Why is it not on the radio? Why is Hanging Tree on the radio and this song is...
No,
Yeah.
why is the remix on the radio?
Exactly, exactly. Put the original Hanging Tree on the radio and put Glory on the radio.
Okay, speaking of songs in the song category, what did you guys think about the Lego Movie not even getting nominated
God.
for animated?
Rip in peace, Lego Movie.
Damn it, that was the
Okay,
best movie.
okay, but see, here's the question: if the Lego Movie had actually been nominated, it still probably wouldn't have won. Big Hero 6
That's
would
probably
still have
true.
won.
That's probably true. As much as I hate to admit it, because I think it's awful, but yeah, you're right.
You think Big Hero 6 is awful?
I haven't
No,
seen
no,
it
I don't
yet.
think it's awful. I think
Oh.
I think Lego Movie should have won, just because like
Oswald,
sentimentality.
Every time you talk, the sound waves on the app just like,
Spike.
yes, it's weird.
I didn't do that.
You're loud. Shut up.
How about that Interstellar winning Best Visual Effects? No contest.
Oh, were you surprised though?
No, that's what
We
I'm
are
saying. There was
cool.
no
That's
contest.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they
Oh,
won something.
But didn't Grand Budapest win Best Soundtrack?
Yes, it
Which
did.
I'm proud of.
It was very nice.
I did appreciate the soundtrack of all the other nominees, but I was happy that one.
Didn't Alexander Desplat? I think?
Desplat, yeah.
He also did the Imitation Game soundtrack, didn't he?
I think so.
Ooh.
Because I know he was double
Great.
nominated.
I don't know. Did we mention him on the soundtrack
We did
episode?
mention him. We
Okay.
said he was-
He is a rising star.
He is a rising
doing
star.
really.
I liked how eclectic it was. It fit very well with Wes Anderson's style.
Yes, yes. It was every time Budapest won something, I was like, dancing
Okay,
along
so
to the music.
here's a good one. What do you think were the most controversial nominations and wins?
Nominate?
Other,
Okay,
wins
Birdman.
other than Best Picture. Let's take
Okay,
that for
that's
last.
difficult then.
Other than Best Picture
Best Director.
for
Okay, here's
Birdman.
here's the thing. I would have loved for Grand Budapest to have won, but we all knew it wasn't going to win because not enough people saw it. Nobody knows like what an awesome movie it is.
right, but still, we're talking about Academy voters, and Academy voters.
Don't watch the movies. Have you seen the stats?
Yeah, oh yeah, I know.
They get their maids to watch it for them, and then the maids tell them who to vote for.
Is that like actually true?
Yes,
What?
like I don't know if it's like a common occurrence, but there are anonymous Academy members who are like, yeah, I didn't see any of the movies.
Oh, here. I know something that'll make it sound sophisticated. Leviathan and Ida.
Okay, are you really surprised that Leviathan didn't win though? Because I mean, Ida is a story. One, it's a Holocaust story, and it's two, it's like.
There you go. There's your win.
And
Well,
it's,
I mean, I actually, because I'm so awesome, I haven't seen any of the foreign films, but I saw the little clips from each one as they're being nominated, and I was like, I bet Ida's going to win. Just from seeing 5 seconds of it, I was like, that looks like it's a winner.
I had picked Ida to win because I actually want to go see Leviathan. Leviathan looks like a really good movie, but I knew that Ida was just going straight into what people look for.
I really want to see both of them, because Ida did look good. It didn't just look like Oscar bait.
I know Ida looked really good, but what was Leviathan about?
Okay, Leviathan's
It's
about
about the homeland.
corruption in Russia.
These are not good
Russian
boys.
corruption.
Russian corruption, yeah.
No Russian.
House of Cards.
Hashtag Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Russian House of Cards.
His house of
Ba-
vodka.
Okay, so can I say something?
Yes.
No. I'm just
Wow.
kidding, yes.
Okay. I would have been. I loved Birdman so much more than Boyhood.
Yes.
I don't know if we established that in a previous episode, but I did not like Boyhood at all.
Also,
I think we established it like this entire podcast. Is
Okay,
not a
all
fan.
right. We appreciate the
Idea.
dedication and the
it's
idea.
it's a work of art, not a good movie.
Yes, exactly. So I would have been okay with Linklater winning Best Director as long as Birdman still won Best Picture.
Yeah.
The fact that it won both, I will admit, like Richard Linklater didn't get as much respect as the dedication that movie required deserved.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it didn't win Best Picture.
This is how I feel with Boyhood. I feel like it's gonna be one of those movies I'll be like, hey, if I when I like talking to younger kids, I'll be like, hey, did you know there was a movie that took 12 years for them to make, and they shot the same actor, and then I'll not show them the movie, just be like, it's
Exactly.
not
It happened.
Look
yeah.
at this cool trivia fact. There was a movie that took 12 years to make, and they used the same actors.
It's like, hey, you can watch a
Yeah.
montage on YouTube that's like 2 minutes long.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, going back to the soundtrack. Sorry, backtrack.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I honestly, I really wanted Birdman to win Best Soundtrack.
Birdman did not get nominated.
And I really wish it had. I enjoyed the
It's-
soundtrack to Birdman way
so-
more than I enjoyed Grand Budapest. And
Okay,
I love Grand Budapest.
I disagree with that, but I will admit Birdman should have gotten a nomination. But apparently, at one point in the soundtrack, they used like a symphony from something else,
Oh,
and apparently the rules for the Oscars is
that's bullshit.
if there's not original music on the quote original quote soundtrack, then it can't be nominated. And so they didn't nominate it.
So, though I
Rip
think
in peace,
I think
Birdman
what you're
soundtrack.
talking about is you also think that who ended up winning sound mixing, George?
Sound mixing.
Because sound editing, you know, the American Sniper won. Okay, Okay,
Yeah.
any war movie will win sound editing because sound editing is just made for war movies. I looked it up. Okay, so
Sound editing or sound mixing?
I want to say
sound mixing.
Sound mixing, Whiplash.
Okay, and then sound editing was American Sniper, right?
Yes.
Okay, so sound editing is like the actual noises that are made for the movie. So
Pew.
yes, pew pew. War movies always win
Yeah, I
sound
can-
editing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
sound mixing, I think that Birdman also could have won.
What is sound mixing? Is that like the levels of sound, making sure everything sounds nice?
Or no, it's just the way that they incorporate like the sounds into the movie. And I
Okay.
think that the way that they use drums in both movies actually was really cool. Especially like in Birdman, how they would like have that little drummer guy that they would like
Right,
pass
yeah, yeah.
along and stuff. I thought that was really cool. But I haven't seen Whiplash yet, but I heard that they use drums incredibly well.
So awesome.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, editing is like literally what takes place in the editing room. Mixing is like what like sound as a whole in the movie.
It's like the soundtrack to the not soundtrack.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of ambiguous. Like it didn't really.
It's a little unclear.
Yeah.
Which is why we let old white guys talk about it.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, so let's address the controversy of the fact of the very very suspicious nominations and the fact that there was no people of color or
Oh yeah, the whitewashing of the
women.
Oscars.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
I really
Honestly.
like what's his face as I'm gonna look him up. 'cause-
MLK.
Yes, as MLK.
Idris Elba as James Bond.
No, we're not going back to
Okay.
that. Okay, we might go back to that.
All right. Okay. So fun fact: David Oyelowo. I knew about.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Yellow.
I knew about him because first he was in Interstellar. He was the teacher who was like, "We don't need engineers. We need farmers."
No, that didn't.
But he was also
Hated him.
he's also the voice of a rather minor character in Star Wars Rebels, who's a white guy. But that's just fun trivia.
He was
Um,
also in Planet of the Apes.
So, oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
He
he
was
does.
a scientist guy.
He has an awesome voice. He's got a really good voice.
He did a fantastic portrayal.
I
of
still
MLK.
have to see Selma, but I really want to see it.
You have to see
It was so realistic. Like it felt like you were actually watching Dr. King speak the whole time.
It was incredible.
Nice.
I thought it was I did not expect how good Selma was going to be. I thought Selma was
I thought it was going to be like one of those made-for-TV kind of films.
yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was gonna be like maybe
I thought it was going to be another God is
Lifetime.
Not Dead type thing,
Oh god.
where it's like a Hallmark film.
But let's be honest, no one expected it to win because they already gave 12 Years a Slave Best Picture, so they can't give any other people of color nominations for like another 3 years for Best Picture because
Until the criticism gets too much to handle.
yeah, that's what they. It feels like that's what they do with theirs. They try to keep it white as long as possible until they can't stand it any longer, and then they just give one person the award. But I think that. Do you think that the inherent problem is who they have voting for the movies? I think that.
I think that's part of the
Maybe.
problem.
It's totally a possibility. Plus, it may be just like an older generation.
Also,
so
I
kinda
think
in
I think there is a larger problem with the industry in that there aren't actually that many roles for black people. Like,
Agreed. Agreed.
There
There will always be secondary characters.
aside,
Yeah,
but aside from Selma and Top 5, which apparently got really good reviews, which is
Oh,
not
I
what I was
heard-
expecting. Anyways,
I heard bad things. About
name one movie this year that starred a black person.
None.
Annie.
Oh,
Okay,
That's
was
true,
that
but
was
Annie
that
was
going to win
very-
anything?
It's also very mediocre.
Yeah. Annie, I heard was awful. But yes, it did star.
Yeah,
Oh,
fair
okay.
fair point. But
But yes.
can you name a good movie besides Selma
Selma.
and Top
and it
5?
feels like every time African American people get leading roles, it feels like they're just trying to fill a diversity quota. It's not like they don't give the person enough of like the quality screen time that they need. It just
Also-
feels like they're being thrown on screen so
Right.
that they can.
Hey, here's a black person.
Yeah.
Also, almost every time a black person wins, it's because of a role related to civil rights. It is
Yeah.
very
That's-
It
yeah,
is very uncommon for a black person not even in acting necessarily, but for a black person to win a role, to win like an award for a movie that doesn't actually have to do with civil rights.
I've never sat down and actually watched an episode of Empire, but that's got a strong black cast, and I think that it's got a strong black cast that's not
Is that
a strong
the-
black cast.
Is that Terrence Howard?
Yes.
Okay,
For the
alright.
sake of being a strong black cast. I think it's like an
That's-
actual strong
And also,
black cast.
I think this connects really well to Benedict Cumberbatch did this interview.
Cucumber Patch.
Cucumber Patch did this interview that was extremely controversial for the dumbest reason ever. Basically, he got a bunch of netizen backlash for basically saying the word colored, and a bunch of people thought that he was being really offensive by saying the word colored, which I think was really stupid, because if you listen to the whole entire interview, the whole thing was he was talking about how difficult it is for African American people to get roles in the UK and
So like his message
America.
wasn't racist at all.
No,
he just
and
used
the
poor
reason he
phrasing.
used colored is he's not just talking about African American people.
That's okay. Yeah,
All
that's what
sorts of races. It's very hard if you're not white to get a leading role. Like, when was the last time there was a movie that was starring an Asian American person? Starring an Asian American person.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Enter the dragon.
Enter the dragon.
Yeah, I'm looking through like recent.
And I
ish
mean, like,
movies.
the only thing I can think of off the top of my head was Red 2, and then, I mean, you have Lee Byung-hun doing, like, cool, badass Asian, not, like, actually deep character Asian, like, and I mean, Red 2 isn't known for, like, its extremely deep characterizations.
Wait,
but,
Red
nominated
2
for
isn't
Oscar.
like the CIA Red 2, like Bruce Willis?
yes, Red 2, that was the last movie that I've seen with an Asian person as one of the lead characters.
I don't even remember the Asian character.
You know who's a really good Asian actor?
Bruce Lee.
Jackie Chan. I feel like
No.
those were both kind of racist answers. Like that was the first
Yeah,
thing that came
that
to our
that
heads.
was really.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
what we're talking about.
I'm
so yeah,
sorry.
You are the reason we need change.
To be fair, I do think Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan are really cool.
Oh
It's
no,
just-
they're brilliant actors.
I'm just pointing out it's sad that I can't think of any
Yeah,
other
it's-
examples.
no.
No, what's his face? I know.
James Hong?
No, John Cho.
Well, James Chung.
Oh, John Cho
yes,
is
okay,
good. I
and
love
also
John Cho.
James Hong, and also
Yeah.
James Hong.
I
Does
love
everyone know
John
who
Cho.
James Hong is?
I don't know James Bond.
I
Okay,
don't know James
he
Hong.
was the owner of the Chinese restaurant in the Seinfeld episode Chinese Restaurant.
Oh, I don't.
He
I don't
was
watch
I
he
know
was
who
in
you're talking
Blade
about.
Runner.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
He's the voice of Kung Fu Panda's dad, the goose.
that.
Um,
Oh yeah.
he's one of those guys that's just in everything, but he's
Like
awesome.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, well, Alan Tudyk is like Alan Tudyk's not in everything. He's just in a bunch of stuff that you didn't realize you saw him in. But James Hong is literally in like 100 different movies.
Oh man, this is why we need a black James Bond, and I think that it should be Idris Elba.
Shut up.
No, really though.
What?
Really though.
Honestly, I think it could
Idris
be.
Elba is James Bond.
You literally said we're not bringing it.
I
back
know,
to
but
that.
then I had to bring it up because we started talking about African Americans in
But-
big roles, and wouldn't it be pretty
we moved
revolutionary?
on. We're talking about Asian American. We moved
Yeah, we're
on.
talking
Wait,
about Asian-
Well, we're
What-
talking
let-
about
It
okay.
took you
diversity.
that long
If
to
we're
make that
talking,
connection.
if we're talking about Asian Americans, let's bring up Battle Royale,
which is not an American movie.
which is not an American movie, but
and got
still.
totally ripped off by
What are you
American
talking about?
people.
Did
and
it?
ca-
Oh,
The Hunger Games?
What are you
yeah.
talking about? Hunger Games is original. It's just a original concept. Shut up.
No, and-
come on,
What are you
guys.
talking about?
It would be
Girl
like-
power.
It would have maybe been. It maybe would have been okay if they said based off of the novel Battle Royale at the beginning of the Hunger Games, but no, they acted like Suzanne Collins was like this genius who created this idea out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
For the record, Hunger Games came out when I was in 5th grade. I think I was a little young for Battle Royale at that point.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
If
Although-
you're a little
No.
young for Battle
But
Royale,
at
I
the same
think you're
time-
also a
yeah,
little
you're
young
also
for
a
Hunger
little too
Games.
I've
Either
never
way-
seen. I've never seen Battle Royale,
It's
so I
a
can't
really-
say.
Either
It's a
way,
really
it's
Okay.
slaughter.
Okay.
No, but I mean, Battle Royale is definitely more graphic than.
Okay.
Oh,
Hunger Games.
much more graphic, and there's not any like redemption except for like one girl, and it's like not even.
Yeah.
Speaking
Anyway.
of those types of dystopian movies,
I like 'em.
Maze Runner. I thought it was far better than Hunger Games.
I did not see Maze Runner.
Oh well, which Hunger Games?
The first one.
First one?
I compared them
Okay,
side by side because
okay.
they were the first in their
Actually-
respective
okay.
series.
Actually, you know what I'm
Okay.
just waiting for? I'm just waiting for a really good 1984 remake and then an end to all dystopian movies. Like, just make 1984 really well and then stop.
Yep.
making
No.
dystopian
Yeah,
movies.
I'll make it.
No
I'll
more.
volunteer.
Because see, the thing is that
We talked about casting last episode for
Oh, that's
1984.
right.
1984 is the quintessential dystopian novel. Like
Yeah.
by far.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I was thinking Fahrenheit 451.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't-
Those
but
are.
see-
those
but see, the thing is
Make both those
Fair-
movies.
fair-
George Orwell and Ray Bradbury.
But see,
the double
the thing
special.
Is that
That would actually
Fahrenheit
be-
451 is a lot more controversial. People like love it or hate it, but everyone universally loves 1984 because
That's true.
it's so interesting. And I mean, you have such character depth with O'Brien and the whole internal conflict of Winston. I mean, it
Facts.
would
That's
be
tough.
it would be a good end. Okay, and then that's it.
We gotta go.
What?
Well, it's only the first one.
Yeah,
but I have to
take it.
I gotta go. Okay, okay. Well,